I have one more thing I would like to add. So in the process of trying to find myself, I have grown to love myself a lot. I really like who I am, which allowed me to fall in love with someone who likewise loves herself tremendously and can accept my love, right? Which is a good foundation, correct? Because we have to love ourselves first before I can love someone else, and she just could not accept the level of love that I could give unless she loved herself, because she would have so much doubt about herself. So I've gotten really good at just enjoying life and my job. I have so much fun at work, and I can let things go. I'll give you a good example. One time, I was texting with her, and after I trolled all day, I had to fill up the car, and I was at the pumps in my black and white, and I was texting her, and I heard the click, but I continued to text. I put my foot on the brake, and I shifted to drive, and I drove off with the pump in the car. Gas flew out, and I was like, damn, that was good. And I wasn't scared, I didn't care, but a few years prior to, I'd be like, oh, damn, I'm gonna get written up or whatever. But I didn't care, because it was like, it happened, and I did it, but I was in a good place. And but then sometimes I can get in my head, and fear sets in, and I can get offline. And I hate that, because I just want to give her the best of me 100% of the time. And like you just said, sometimes perfection, there isn't really a such thing. But I try to give her that and the best of me at all times, and sometimes I can't. And that really weighs on me as well. And I'll get off, which the worry about me being off causes so much momentum that it just kicks into high gear. And I'm even thinking about it at that time, where it's like, oh, she's just gonna feel it and just know, and I'm trying to hide it, and I can't.
Well, nobody hides. No one hides. And when you try, you just look. To perceptive people, when you try to cover up the vibration of your moment with words or behavior, you really stick out like a sore thumb. There are a few things that we would like to say to you. What do you do when you find someone in traffic in some performance of some infraction? What specifically do you then do to them? You write them up.
Yeah, but very politely. Very politely. Because I'm overly concerned about their interaction with me, because for me, I interact with folks all day long. But their interaction with me might be once in 5, 6, 8 years.
But what we're getting at is, because there are sort of rules in place that you are assigned to pay attention to and to point out the failure of someone to comply with the rules. Even though there are many, many more not complying with these laws or rules than you would possibly have time to write up. In other words, a whole lot of people are getting away with a whole lot of stuff. And the reason that people get away with stuff is because the patrolman or the policeman or the writer's uppers are insignificant in relationship to the energy flow. In other words, all of them have inner beings. All of them have inner guidance. We're not trying to diminish your role as a troller. But we do want to diminish the feeling you have about writing up and being written up. There is no one who is more self-conscious or aware of how others may judge them than someone who is in the position of judging people all day long. You can't do it relative to them without there being some expectation on your part for it to come back to you, because focusing on things is focusing on things. How can you compartmentalize that? How can you be one who does that with others without expecting it to come back to you? It's really an unpleasant way to live when you feel like somebody's watching you all the time. So those who are being trolled might say, good, we would like someone who is watching us for our infractions to be self-conscious of his own. But we want you all to step outside of your physicality and to try to evaluate how you are seen from your broader perspective. And from your broader perspective, you are seen as perfect as you are and always in the state of becoming. How does it feel to you? We're enjoying the blending of these perspectives. How does it feel to you when you know that, in essence, you are playing a sort of game of hide and seek, and that the non-physical is helping them hide?
But it helps me find them too. I mean, I've felt it. So what I don't do at work is I don't want to stop the mom and pops that ran the stop sign, because I run the same stop signs as well. I'm looking for gangsters and stuff like that. But if I really am looking and I'm focused, I don't see them. But when I just let things go, I see them and I get to interact with them. And it's fun. I love the game, like you mentioned. I'm tracking, but maybe I'm not. I don't know.
There are a number of things that we want to talk with you about, because when you're out there interacting with people, we know what your assignment is. But who are you? Who are you really? What is your dominant intent as you're interacting with the people of this world?
Love. I enjoy the interaction and the engagement. I want to change their perception. I'll boast that I'm one of the friendliest and nicest cops that they'll ever come in contact with. I'm just too cool. I never approach a car with mirror glasses saying, "Sir, ma'am, I'm such and such from such and such," because they don't care. They don't know that. I come up like, "What's up?"
So
Simple as that. And I just want a good interaction from them. And I'm good at that. I'm really good at that, and I can glean a lot of information out of them that I might need because of a case or whatever, because I love and adore people, and I want the best for them.
what do you think is their state of being when they realize that you have found them and that you have followed them and that you are now there with them? What do you think they are under the influence of? Their inner being or something else?
Oh, something else. Me.
And so,
Or what I stand for is what the influence.
how do you explain this law of attraction thing that's happening? How is this happening?
Well, sometimes I can't explain. It's awesome because if it's a bad guy, and I'll just say bad guy, I sometimes say, like, you attracted me. Your behavior attracted me. And they're just like saying, "No, I didn't." And I'm like, "Yes, you did." So I'm trying to answer, but sometimes they attract me because it's all there and their vibration.
This is really the point that we're wanting to make, is that they feel like they've been caught and you feel like the catcher. And we want to point out that no one is ever the one who's caught and the other the catcher. What you both are energies that deserve each other.
I like that. I like that. So I'll use that. You deserve me. To help you and change you. I got you, bro. I got you.
So what we want to clarify with you is, what is the dominant vibration? Are you a troller?
That is so ugly. No, I'm not a troller.
Then what?
I am out there to, serve and protect. I'm trying to help. It's as simple as that. And at that point, they need me because I saw something that attracted me, and now I'm in your life.
One day, before Esther and Jerry were together, Jerry was in his neighborhood, and his neighbor was robbed. They took her Rolls Royce. They tied her up and left her in the bushes. And everyone knew about it. So Jerry decided to do his own stakeouts. So he rented a car that was sort of not so noticeable and parked down the street from where the action was. And he was sitting there, and someone came up around him and knocked on his window and said, what are you doing? Will you get out of here? And Jerry said, who are you guys? And they said, we're the undercover police. And Jerry said, I thought you were the bad guys. And we said, same energy.
Nice.
Then Jerry said, I think that there should be islands of incarceration. And we should put all the robbers on one island and they can rob from each other, and all the murderers on another island and they can just kill each other, and all of the rapers on another island and they can just rape each other. And he thought it was like perfect justice. And we said, these vibrational islands exist. And then those in the audience wanted to know, well, how does the murdered end up on the island with the murderer? And we say, because it is the same vibration. In other words, you rendezvous. So what we're asking you, and we think that it can be instrumental in opening up a whole lot of nice experiences for you, and maybe you're already there and you're just not articulating it in the way that we mean it. But what if your intent is not to literally find the infractions, but to vibrationally rendezvous with those whose perception you are wanting to change? What if your intention were to slow someone down while they're still in control? What if your intention is to stop the momentum or the escalation before somebody gets hit over the head with a golf club? What if you are a soother of energies, someone who aggravates and agitates? Is that who you would describe yourself as being?
Absolutely.
And so, are you living happily ever after?
I am.
And so, what is the dominant message that you usually leave or would like to leave with those with whom you are interacting, in the capacity of you finding them doing something inappropriate to the point that you turn on your lights and write them up for something? What is the dominant thing that while you're presenting that required piece of paper, what is the vibrational message that you're wanting to give to them? Take it easy. Life is good. Take it as it comes. Settle down. That's a little more than they can hear under those conditions.
But I am the perfect person to give them that message, I swear to you.
And so enough?
Enough.
Really good.
Thank you.